welcome to Sunday School today. I'm so excited that you came to join me. I'm Pastor Arden. I'm excited to tell you our story today that's about Jesus and a friend of his named Peter. So Peter was one of Jesus's 12 disciples who were Jesus's friends that went around with him everywhere he went. They helped him feed people. They watched him heal people. They helped teach people about God alongside Jesus. Peter was one of Jesus's very best friends, and he had seen everything that Jesus had done. But then one night, some soldiers came and they arrested Jesus because the people who were in charge, they didn't really like what Jesus had been teaching. And they felt like they were going to arrest him. And so Jesus's friends, the disciples, they were really scared when Jesus got arrested. They thought they were going to get arrested too and be put in jail. And so they ran away. But Jesus' friend Peter, he wanted to see what happened to Jesus. And so he followed behind as the soldiers took Jesus. And as the soldiers were taking Jesus in, all this crowd began to form. And people saw Peter, and one woman saw him and said, "Hey, aren't you a friend of Jesus's?" And Peter, he was afraid. He didn't want people to know that he knew Jesus. He was afraid they might arrest him. And so he said, No, I don't know Jesus." And then a little while later, a second person saw Peter and they said, "Hey, Peter, don't you know Jesus?" Peter said, No, not me. I've never met him." And then a little while later that night still, a third person saw Peter and said, "Peter, are you sure you weren't one of Jesus's friends?" He said, No, not me. I'm not a friend of Jesus." And at the end of the night, Peter realized how bad that had been. He had lied to all of those people. He had lied about knowing Jesus, about believing in Jesus. And so he went away and he was so sad and he cried. But that wasn't the end of the story, because even though Jesus was arrested and he eventually died on the cross, that wasn't the end of Jesus' story, right? Jesus came back to life, and he came back to talk to his disciples and teach them again. And Jesus talked with Peter, and Jesus said, "I forgive you, Peter. I forgive you for saying that you didn't know me." And Peter went on to be one of Jesus's very best followers, and he went on to tell people all over more and more about Jesus and all the things Jesus had taught about God. And that story is pretty cool because it just shows that Jesus loves us no matter what. No matter if we make a mistake, no matter if we lie about something and get caught and get in trouble, Jesus still loves us no matter what, just like Jesus loved Peter. And that is pretty amazing. And because Jesus loves us so much, we can believe that Jesus is God's Son, that God sent Jesus to teach us how to live. So we're going to keep talking about this all month, about the different things that the Bible teaches us that we can believe about God and Jesus. And so today, I hope you really enjoy doing your activity that reminds you that Jesus loves you no matter what. All right, friends, I'll see you next week.